Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I am Vicki and you're with Grammy in the Kitchen. Today is going to be a very interesting day. I took out a bag of our home cut up whole chicken and I got it marinating in the refrigerator in some season. We're actually going to make that season blend together today. I did have a little bit left over from when I made it for the husband so he can put them on his chicken wings when he cooks. And they're so delicious. So I put some on some chicken and having that marinated. My daughter, who's in North Carolina, we're actually going to go be visiting her real soon. She wanted the same spice blend. So we're going to be making that spice blend for her. She wants some chili blend. We're going to make that for her. And because the recipe calls for brown sugar, I have a little bit of brown sugar left. Got the stuff over here to make some brown sugar. I have some cane sugar right there, and I got my molasses right there. We're going to make some brown sugar today. Plus, we're going to be cooking our chicken. I did take a pack of frozen rolls out of the freezer, and I'm just waiting for these to thaw and rise, and we're going to cook that. Plus, we're going to make some cheesy rice today. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around. It's going to be a great day. Aprons on. Let's get cooking. So in the stand mixer, I've got 6 cups of sugar. To put our molasses. This is where you could get your choice between light or dark or medium. But I just use whatever I end up with. So I'm going to start off with about 2 tablespoons of the molasses, and we're just going to let that whip until it's ready. So I took out the whisk attachment and I added the paddle. I always forget this. I'd rather make it with the paddle than the whisk. But I did add an additional 2 tablespoons of molasses. I have a total of 6 cups of sugar and 4 tablespoons of molasses. And we're just going to let that mix. And just like that, we have brown sugar. And I just used the same 3 Ziploc bags each time. I'm going to go ahead and divide this into 3. If I need a 4th, I'll need a 4th. It's no big deal. But if you're looking for brown sugar that you can control the ingredients with your sugar, I get my organic cane sugar from Azure Standard, and I buy the 25-pound bag, and I just put it in a food grade bucket with a gamma lid. That way I have sugar and I have the ability to make brown sugar. So it's just brown sugar made with cane sugar and molasses, and you can control whether you want it light or dark. I like mine medium to dark, but you can control the amount of molasses and the type of brown sugar you want. And there we go. 3 bags of brown sugar, and I put them in a larger Ziploc bag. I just keep them in this tub, keep it in my island, that way I have brown sugar at the ready. So that could not be any easier making homemade brown sugar. Cane sugar, molasses, and a mixer. You can do it by hand if you have to with a hand mixer, and if you got the time, you can actually use a whisk. But these are ingredients we know the quality of the ingredients because we get both the molasses and the cane sugar from Azure, and they're organic. It's so simple. That way we don't have to buy regular sugar and brown sugar. We just buy regular sugar and molasses, and then we have all the brown sugar we need. Let's go ahead and get the chicken in the oven. I have it set for 375 degrees, and then we're going to bake it for 1 hour. So our chicken has been marinating overnight in the refrigerator. We're going to make sure we put bone side down on the thighs and our breast pieces. It smells so good. Our rolls have not finished rising, so we're just going to leave that right here. We're going to cover this with aluminum foil. We're going to bake this for 45 minutes. Take the aluminum foil off and let it bake for the last 15 minutes uncovered. So I have 3 glass jars, and these are just old peanut butter jars that I've saved, washed, and let them air dry. And we're going to repurpose for our spice blend. So I have all the spices that we need to make these recipes. So I'm going to do a chili blend for my daughter. And then I'm going to do 2 of my chicken dry rub. One for my son and then the other one for my daughter. Let's do the chili first. So we have chili powder. 3/4 of a cup of chili powder. The coriander. I need a 1/4 cup. Cumin, 1/4 cup. Garlic powder, 3 tablespoons. Onion powder, we need 3 tablespoons. Oregano, we need 1/8 of a cup or 2 tablespoons. Red pepper flakes, we need 1 tablespoon. Paprika, I am using a smoked paprika. We need 1/3 cup. I'm going to whisk this together. And we're going to put it in our jar. And now we have homemade chili blend. I'm just going to use the same bowl. And now we're going to double this recipe for the chicken dry rub because I'm giving 1 to my son and another to my daughter. Again, I'm using smoked paprika. So for one recipe, it's 3 tablespoons, but I'm going to go ahead and do 1/3 of a cup. Onion powder is 3 tablespoons, but I'm going to go ahead and do 1/3 of a cup. Italian seasoning is going to be 3 tablespoons. I'm doing 1/3 of a cup. The brown sugar we just made, 6 tablespoons, or you could just do 1/3 of a cup. My 1/3 cup is dirty. I did not want to put that in my brown sugar. Garlic powder, 1/4 of a cup. Put 2 tablespoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of pepper. Red pepper flakes will be based on your level of heatness that you want. And each recipe would take 2 teaspoons. So 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon is 1 tablespoon of flour per recipe. We're just going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons. I'm going to make sure we break up the brown sugar chunks so they can mix in here very well. This is why I like having dry herbs and spices on my pantry shelf. I can just take the ingredients that we have in our pantry and we can make our own spice blends. So just like that, I have a chili blend seasoning right here, and then I have 2 chicken blends. I think I'm going to double this recipe again just so there could be a little bit more in each one of these jars. But if you have spices and herbs, you can make your own blend. Find a recipe online, tweak it to where you like it. You want a little hot, add a little bit more spicy items to it. You don't want it so hot, leave it out. You like the taste of oregano, throw a little extra in there, it's fine. And if you're like me, if you love garlic, throw some extra garlic in it. But this is the dry chicken rub that we just made together that I had marinating the chicken overnight. The rolls are not ready, but already we've got the chicken in the oven, we've made our spice blend, and we have brown sugar. Get in that kitchen, start experimenting, having fun, mixing blends and different things. Get your pantry stocked up so you can have your bulk spices and your herbs ready to go when you're ready to cook and cook your own food at home. I encourage you to go check out As Your Standard. My link will be below. Fill your pantry with spices so you can make your own spice blend. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the rice. So I got the Dutch oven. I'll put a little bit of avocado oil. I'm going to go ahead and toast 1 cup of jasmine rice. Probably will work with any rice of your choice. I have a quart of chicken stock we're going to use. So I'm just getting the pan hot. Now you do want to constantly keep your rice moving or it will burn. Adding pepper. And some salt. And because we have the chicken dry rub on our chicken, we're actually going to use that as our spices for the rice. You can start seeing some of them getting a little color to them, but we want them a little bit darker. And I have the dinner bread sitting over here because the oven's on and this burner's on. I'm hoping to get it to rise faster. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's starting to get some really pretty brown coloring on it. All right, I'm going to call it right there. We're going to slowly add in a quart of chicken stock. And if we have to add any more liquid, we're just going to add water. I got it on a medium low. Turn it up to a medium. And this is our homemade dried chicken rub. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon. It is starting to boil. Okay, our liquid is starting to evaporate. The rice is absorbing a lot of it. I want to add 2 cups of water, half of a quart. Alright, so the rice has been cooking. They have puffed up beautiful. We're going to go ahead and taste it for any seasoning and check the doneness of the rice. The doneness is not quite there yet, but I am going to add a little pinch of salt and another pinch of pepper, and I'm going to add another teaspoon of the chicken dry rub. Here we have 1 cup of rice, 4 cups of chicken stock, 2 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of the dry chicken rub, blend, and we have salt and pepper. And I think we don't need any more liquid, so we're just going to let this cook until all the liquid evaporates, and then we'll add some cheese to it. Now, if you watched a video of the pantry talk, and I talk about rice and beans being a staple you need in your house, and different spices to flavor them, this is what I'm talking about. We're having rice with our dinner. Well, because I was able to put some herbs and spices in it to complement our dinner, because we're having dry chicken rub, marinated chicken, and I put some of that dry chicken rub in the rice. With beans and rice and a variety of spices and herbs, you can turn a plain side dish like rice and add good quality chicken stock, or make it yourself, like we save our chicken bones and our vegetable scraps to make a healthy chicken stock at home. You can take these plain, boring ingredients and put some flavor in it, flavor that will entice your family to eat more healthy. So get you some rice, get you some beans, and get some herbs and spices. Start cutting up your own chicken. Get in that kitchen, experiment, have fun, and learn how to cook real meals with real ingredients for a healthy, nutrient, dense meal to nourish your family. Okay, our rice has absorbed a lot of the liquid. I do not want it to stick to the bottom. We're going to turn the burner off. I have some pepper jack cheese right here. Probably going to put about 2 to 3 ounces in here. Just breaking up. This was sliced cheese I had in the freezer. We're going to put the lid on it and just leave it right here. Our dinner rolls have risen. We're going to go ahead and put this in the oven right beside the chicken. Our chicken has been cooking for 45 minutes. Look at that. It's beautiful. Wait. So I took the aluminum foil and we'll put it back in the oven for an additional 15 minutes. I did check the temperature and it's spot on. 160 degrees for our white meat, for our breast, and 170 degrees for the dark meat or the thighs. So I'm going to put this back in the oven for 15 minutes. Our rolls are done. And our cheesy rice is done. have a little bit of cheesy rice and a dinner roll with some butter. I'm gonna just grab a chicken wing right now. Oh, fall off the bone, delicious. All right, let's go ahead and give it a taste. Some chicken. If you like spice blends, you need to make this spice blend and put it on everything. It would be good on not just chicken, but everything. But it is delicious. We'll get some cheesy rice. Oh, perfect tenderness. It is cooked perfect. Just enough of that blend just to add some flavor without being overpowering and taken away from that rice and that chicken stock. So good. Serve this with something green on the side, broccoli or a salad or even green beans. Whatever your family enjoys, just serve that right on the side. Mmm. And our dinner bread. You need to get in the kitchen. Learn how to make simple dishes such as this. This is a simple dish, but the flavors are enhanced and elegant. It's so good. If I can find the video, I'll put a link right here on our dinner breads, how we made our dinner breads and stuck those in the freezer. So the next time we want dinner breads, we only have to think far enough in advance to take them out of the freezer. And you'll have homemade dinner rolls at the ready for you. And these were items we had in our pantry. If you saw the other video where we were talking about our pantry talk and how having a stock pantry is not only just food, it's food insurance. We took everything that was in our pantry, the spices and the herbs we had in our pantry. The chicken we had cut up and put in our freezer. The rice we had when we bought 25-pound bags of rice and put those in food grade buckets where we save our vegetable scraps and save our chicken bones, and we make homemade stock and we can that and we put it on our shelves. If you're not a canner, put it in freezer bags and stick it in your freezer or in jars. Just get in the kitchen and have real food to nourish your family's body and have food insurance. I'm just going to stand here and finish my dinner while I do my happy dance. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye, friends.